Could the tensions between Donald Trump and Elon Musk impact your portfolio even if you don't own Tesla's stock? Gold stocks, meanwhile, have fueled the Canadian stock market to an all-time high. And is the relationship between gold and oil sending a recessionary signal? Those are this week's market moves. Let's dive in. All right, let's start with the relationship between gold and oil. It's been a year where gold has been shining and oil has been slumping, and that's something you'll want to share with anyone who's curious about where the economy's headed or even the stock market. Here's why. Right now, an ounce of gold costs the equivalent of 53 barrels of oil. That's according to commodity strategist Mike McGlone of Bloomberg. Now, McGlone says some of the economic uncertainty that has helped the price of gold has hurt the price of oil. And now you've got a scenario where the ratio between the two is at levels that haven't been seen since 1933, which was a pretty uncertain time for the economy. Now, just because this is a recessionary indicator doesn't mean we'll see a recession, according to McGlone, but he's also watching the jobs market in the US and in Canada, where, for example, we've seen the unemployment rate rising for 3 straight months. Now, speaking of Canada, this big year for gold is really important to watch if you're trying to figure out why the Canadian stock market is beating the US this year. While gold stocks have been rising in both markets, according to Bloomberg data, the so-called materials index, which holds a lot of the gold stocks, makes up about 14% of the TSX, the Canadian market, versus around only 2% of the main US benchmark, the S&P 500, which is more influenced by technology stocks. Understanding which sectors carry the most weight within an index is one of the keys to investing, especially if you're tracking the markets through things like ETFs. Finally, sticking with themes that are influencing the market, it's hard to avoid the Elon Musk-Donald Trump drama. Their high-profile blow-up led to a surge in trading in Tesla's stock. Now, according to data from the NASDAQ, Tesla is routinely one of the most traded stocks every day, and that can influence your portfolio even if you don't own Tesla stock directly. That's because Tesla is so big in terms of valuation. Its market cap makes it the 10th most influential stock within the S&P 500 according to S&P data. So again, that's why investors like to keep tabs on which stocks dominate each index. All right, those are our market moves for this week. Thanks for watching. What market moves are you watching? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe. See you next week.